Hello, everyone, and thank you for jumping in on our call tonight. This is How to Win by Losing, hosted by Jennifer Johnson and Joy Gilliland.
Hello, guys.
You guys are like super busy and have a lot to do, so we appreciate you jumping on the call with us. So basically, the perfect purpose of this call is to share a little bit about what we have learned since becoming exposed to Beachbody and then becoming Beachbody Coaches. And hopefully, at the end of our call, you will feel more inspired, more motivated, and more hopeful for what is possible. So that's kind of our purpose for the whole call tonight. So we'll get started. So first, I would love to tell you a little bit about me first, and maybe you can relate to some of my story. So I am a stay-at-home mom of 3, and after my son was born, I really never lost all the weight after he was born. My first 2 children are 15 months apart, so I found out I was pregnant when my daughter was 6 months old. And it kind of threw me into a loop, and it threw my body into a loop. And so after he was born, I carried about 10 pounds around for years. And I would start and stop and start exercising and then stop exercising. With 2 little kids, it was really hard. And then I had my 3rd child when I was 38. Right after she was born, my family went through something really traumatic to me. And there was a lot of drama, and it just threw me into this pit of self-pity and depression, and I had a new baby. I'm sure it was hormones and all of those things. But my other kids were 10 and 9, and then I had a newborn. So their lives were busy, and then I had a newborn, so I wasn't sleeping. And then I had this stuff going on in my family that I just broke down basically. I just could barely get out of a bed. I just did what I had to do to take care of the baby and nothing else. And I was pretty angry at everyone. I just remember feeling very angry at everyone. I just wanted to be left alone. I wanted to watch a lot of TV because I didn't want to deal with how I was really feeling. And so when I turned 40, I just got so sick of myself and so sick of this pity party that I threw myself every single day. And at this time, I was carrying about 40 extra pounds. So I never wanted to put any clothes on, never wanted to go anywhere, never wanted to do anything. And I was ticked off at everybody. So I just remember one night going to bed and just crying out to God. I just was praying like, something has to change. I keep saying I'm going to do something, and I didn't do anything. And so I just remember praying. And I woke up the next morning, I looked in the mirror, and it was after I had turned 40. I had turned 40 in November, and it was right after my birthday. And I said, no more. And I looked in the mirror, and I said, today is the last day that I'm going to not do anything about this. And so that's when I asked for help. And it was basically, I was feeling stuck. And it was basically, I felt stuck like this lady in this box. I just lived the same day over and over and over again. I kept doing the same things over and over and over again. And it wasn't until this day when I turned 40 that I finally asked for help. And so what I had to lose in order to win was I really had to lose the way that I was thinking. And I realize now, and God has helped me a lot through this, and revealed to me how selfish I was, because I thought my kids needing lunch or needing dinner was a personal attack against me. That they were bugging me. They just saw them kind of as a chore and something I had to do when I didn't want to do anything. Or, everything my husband did was an offense against me. And so I just kept living in this cycle of defeat and anger and depression, and couldn't get out of this box. And so it wasn't until I humbled myself and realized how selfish I had been to go get help. And it's kind of funny because we think a lot of times when we ask for help, or we take times for ourselves, or we try to improve ourselves, then that's being selfish. But I was being so selfish by being so shut down and just distracted by my own feelings that I couldn't take care of my family. So I finally asked for help, and that's where Beachbody comes in, because after I started going to a medical weight loss place where they weighed me and I had to track my eating, all this kind of stuff, I ordered Insanity. And so one thing I had to lose, what I'd always thought I was a gym person. I'd always told myself I can't work out if I don't have a group to go to or a class to teach, or I'm running with people. I always said I couldn't work out by myself. Well, that was something I said, well, I'm going to get Insanity because my daughter was 2 years old at the time. She hated going to the gym. It was a pain to get her to the gym. I was inconsistent going to the gym. So I thought a home exercise program was something I should try, something different. And it worked. And so just getting rid of my misconceptions of I can't work out at home, or I had to do everything like everybody else did, like go to a gym or get a trainer. I tried this at-home program, and it was called Insanity at that. Like, what was I thinking? I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just kind of got so sick of myself and so sick of being stuck in this box that I quit complaining. And I love this quote by Zig Ziglar. He says, the more you complain about your problems, the more problems you will have to complain about. And that was me, for sure. And so I lost my excuses. I lost my complaining. I lost my bad attitude. I lost the negative self-talk, and I got Insanity, and I committed to it for 60 days. I lost the weight, and I began to believe that anything was possible. So that's kind of my story, and I would love for Joy to share some of where she's come from and how she got involved with Beachbody. Joy, you want to share that?
Yeah, I'm here, and I'll be really quick to basically just a heads up. I'm pretty much, I function in chaos. So if you see chaos functioning around me, that's okay, and we'll keep going. So, but basically, kind of somewhat similar to Jennifer's story. It's funny. She has her first two are close together, and then she has the third. And at the time, honestly, Jennifer and I were like inseparable in college. We were roomed together our freshman year, inseparable through sorority and 4 years of college. And then we pretty much didn't talk randomly, maybe for 15 years. So it wasn't even like it was anything that we talked about, or our families did things together. Our children just kind of ended up being very similar birth order. So a lot of people think, oh, y'all did that alike. But kind of like Jennifer said, I had gone through a lot of things. I guess 2 years ago, I had just had Mia. She was 2 and had not lost my baby weight. Bad attitude. Had lost my sister 2 years earlier to breast cancer at 40. And she had a 5-year-old just going into kindergarten, and a daughter just graduating high school. So Mia was 9 months old when my sister passed away. So I tell you what, there was a lot of guilt. I still deal with a lot of guilt about, here I was pregnant with a baby, and then she was battling breast cancer and, going into hospice about the same time. So I think for me, did y'all hear my kids?
Yeah. That's okay.
Hold on. I told you, chaos. Hold on.
What's she saying to him? Be quiet. You better be quiet. Emily, do you relate to anything we're saying? Like, have you ever felt stuck? Like this lady, as soon as I saw this picture, like when you look at that, do you think of anything in your life where you feel?
Oh, yeah. And very much similar to both of your stories, like after the kids come along, and well, for me, it was years down the road after my youngest, and I still was carrying the weight and not taking care of myself and depressed. And it's like, at what point do you decide to start taking care of yourself again? So yeah, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've let mine still roam freely, but definitely and how I got started Beachbody, I had always been active. I was a runner. I loved running. I was an athlete in high school, did intramural sports in college, always loved, I did the step aerobics. I was always active. But during that period, right after Mia was born, I just wasn't doing anything. So feeling guilty, feeling sorry for myself. And Jennifer posted a thing. She had just become a coach, been in Las Vegas, and was like, I'm doing PIO. And I hadn't talked with Jennifer really, we would talk to each other randomly when our like college friends would get together. So I'm like, I'm in. If Jennifer's doing it, it's something I'm going to enjoy. So I messaged her and I'm like, sign me up. Let's go. And I had no idea anything about Beachbody. I hadn't done a home program before. Well, I had done Tybo. I don't know if Billy Banks Tybo, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did Glide. This tells you how old I am. All the time, the little beach guy, I would do those at home. So anyway, I fell in love with the accountability group. I was that person that was checking in every day. I was, like doing my workout, checking off my calendar. And at the time, I was working part-time as a school counselor. And where we were financially in our family, I needed to add a job or work full-time. And with 3 kids, one in middle school, one in elementary school, and then the baby, there was no one to take care of the kids if I'm working full-time or if I'm adding a second job. So I love the Beachbody, and I told Jennifer, I was like, this would be great. I'm going to keep this going. I want to be a coach. Let's do it. And so I lost that whole, feeling guilty and just feeling tired all the time. And I really withdrew from friends. I just didn't have time. I was so focused on family and what I was doing for my kids. I lost like my peer group, like that connection and that support, and losing all of that attitude of thinking I had to give everything to my kids. I've gained I got my best friend back all after 15, 20 years. People are like, you're always together, but that wasn't the case. Yeah. And then the group of women from the team is amazing. Like Monica's in, what are you, Seattle, Monica? So, just a group of women, and I've gained such support and more peer support and enthusiasm about life and just doing things more. That's me. I'm social. I enjoy people, and I had lost that once I became a mom. And I forgot how important that was for, women and men. Everyone needs that set of support system. And that's something that I don't think people realize when you become a team, how supportive and what a positive group of people you have. Because in a school system, unfortunately, that's not always the most positive work environment, sadly. So I've found that that's been a great thing for me. So I think that's been good for me.
Yes, thank you. Monica, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm making dinner for my kids. We had open house at school today, so we're running a little behind.
Oh, and Phoebe and Jennifer, I didn't see y'all jump in. So I'm so glad you guys are here. I just want you guys to think about this lady in this box and, hearing Joy's story, hearing my story, and a little bit, Emily shared a little bit too. Where were you stuck, or where are you stuck? What do you keep repeating that you don't want to repeat? Where do you feel like there's no hope of getting out of the same situation? Because it's just not true, but we tell the lie to ourselves that this is just how it is. I can't tell you how many times I told myself, you're 40, you have 3 kids, this is just how it is. You just get fluffy in the middle, and, it doesn't really matter, and who really cares? I would just say that to myself over and over and over again and believe it because it was too scary to change. And so that's what I want to talk about next is, what do you want to change? What do we have to lose to actually be able to change? And the first thing is we have to quit telling ourselves these lies over and over and over again. Just because we're a mom doesn't mean that we can't take time for ourselves. Just because we're a wife doesn't mean that we can't have our friends, like we said, or just because, you know, if we can't just stay the same and say, well, this is just how it is. So I want you guys to think about what would you like to change in your life? What is a thought that you have repeatedly that you think about changing, but then you immediately negate it with negative thinking or a misconception or a mindset that defeats you or fear that comes into your mind? Because that's what I was experiencing over and over again. And it wasn't until I tried insanity and didn't quit is the thing. And that dude was hard. I mean, it was insanity. It is named the right. I mean, the first day I remember I couldn't get through the warm up without hitting stop, walking around, probably saying a few curse words, and I don't even curse. But it was the hardest thing I'd ever done. And I just remember wanting to give up. I do remember thinking, I can't do this. I'm in terrible shape. And I started thinking, why, this used to be easy, blah, 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 but now I'm old and I can't do it, you know, or whatever. But then I'd just say, no. I would remind myself, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing the old thing again. So BeachBody offers a way for so many people to work things out. And I think working it out at home and finding accountability with peers online and with yourself makes change more possible, or it was for me. When I started depending on myself first to push play, and I wanted to push play too because of the accountability, eventually I did insanity all by myself. I didn't know about coaching for after that, after my transformation, after everything. But now that's what keeps me going now 4 years later is this awesome opportunity to share. So what is it that you would change? Does anybody want to share? What is it that I know we're coaches on the call, but what was it that you wanted to change that you found possible since you were introduced to BeachBody? Jennifer, would you share?
Me, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's really amazing how similar our stories are, all three of us. I guess it's just very common moms to raise kids, lose their identity or their peer group, and just gain weight and feel depressed. And that those were all me very much. And I just finally reached a point where enough was enough, and my husband helped push me over the edge, and I was still a little scared, like getting off the high dive. But once I did it, I just kept climbing the ladder and going down. I just kept diving, and I hit a wall at like 4 to 8 weeks where I was really mad, and I just felt like maybe I couldn't do it. Maybe I wasn't going to be totally successful because I had a pretty big weight loss goal. But I'm past it now, and I've lost more than my goal. So I just keep losing, and it's just really unbelievable. I just want to share it now. So. Well,
I just think it's so, like, that's why I love saying how to lose by winning, because by losing your old habits or your old thought processes is how much you have gained from losing. And it's not about the weight, is it now, Jennifer?
No.
I mean, it just becomes about so much more. Mm-hmm. And what we've experienced together is the most transformative thing. So my next slide is my favorite because you guys are on here. Because when you finish a program yourself, it's great. But you guys, when you help someone else finish a program and see what they're capable of doing, or if you get to be a part of their transformation, then that takes it just like is hitting a grand slam out the park. And I've been very fortunate in that, you know, I wasn't involved with Beachbody Coaching when I went through my transformation, but I feel so blessed to have this as a job, to have the opportunity to help people lose the weight, but gain their life back, gain their confidence back, gain their friendships back, gain their travel back, gain their ability to dream and think that, you know, they can own their own business and they can do it while helping others change their lives. I mean, it is, I get caught up because it's just so much. But I wanted to, we're going to kind of wrap up this part, but I love this picture. Joy, it's funny that you brought back the college thing because we did this, you know, we met in college. We were assigned to each other as roommates. And thank goodness we were, because our other two roommates that we were with were cuckoo crazy. Cuckoo crazy. I mean, one of them, we got kicked out of the dorm because she was so cuckoo crazy. But
well, apparently, I will jump in, Jen. When you were thinking about transformation, we lost our lack of chaos. We lost our fashion sense and gained some back apparently years later.
Look how hip we look, but we met in college, and this is in January when we traveled to Rehoboth Beach to a diamond retreat together and got to spend like a week together. No kids, not, you know, we were sleeping in bunk beds again like we did in college. And it was just, that was the coaching opportunity. We're running a business together now, and we chose to do it together. And that's what you do when you own your own business like this. You attract the people that are your people, that are like you. And you guys shared similar stories because you're our people. And so coaching gives you that opportunity to just get rid of all your fears. And you do have to put yourself out there. You do have to talk to people. You do have to share on social media. You do have to do very scary things, but you gain so much. And it's so much more than money. It's so much more than weight loss. It goes way, way deeper than that.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw this in really fast, Jennifer. One of the things about coaching that really scared me, I was one of those people that I don't want to be out there. I think one of the reasons I may have closed people off, I didn't want to be judged. You know, what is she successful now? What is she like? What is she doing? Am I making the right choices with my kids? Where am I living? So I think I was really caught up in the judgment of others. And I think something about 40 too also frees you from all of that. And Beachbody really helped me get past that fear. And hold on, Ben, can you please get your sister? Okay. Anyway, so I think for me, putting myself out on social media was so scary. And I was like, I'm going to be judged. And one of the things Beachbody has taught me and just that personal development is those people are not really thinking about you as much as you think they might be. And I think that is freeing to finally realize I am caught up in myself. Other people are not caught up in me as I think they are. And it allowed me to look at others and invest more in other people instead of being so concerned of what people were thinking about me. I'm investing in others. And I'll tell you what, I grew up in a small town. I couldn't wait to get out of that small town when I graduated high school. And when I started Beachbody until to this day, it's not necessarily my family or my close friends here locally that are my biggest supporters. My biggest supporters are my hometown friends and people from high school that I had lost that connection with. But those people are the first to like comment or give me praise or say, what a good job you're doing. And I'm like, I didn't know that. I gained that back, that connection. So that's just been really cool too. One of my hometown friends just messaged me. She's in one of my accountability groups, and they are in my accountability groups pretty much all the time. Somebody from my hometown. She's like, she doesn't post in the group. She's like, I've lost 5 pounds this week. I've lost 4 pounds this week. And I I love it. I think it's fabulous. So anyway, real quick share I wanted to throw out there.
No, I like that because, to become a coach, all it takes is investing in yourself. I mean, it's investing in these programs and products. It doesn't take thousands of dollars. It takes an investment in a challenge pack, and it takes the trust of a coach to say, I want you to help me do this. And you get a challenge pack, you fall in love with the programs, and you go from there. That's all it takes to sign up as a coach. You can, and then I want to give you my what if speech. So what if you become a coach, you buy your challenge pack, and you never make a penny, but you get super healthy. You drink your Shakeology every day. You learn how strong you are by completing a workout program. You make some new friends on your team, and you feel supported and loved every day. Would it be worth it? What if you started feeling better and had more energy, and you were more present with your family, more patient, and you felt alive for the first time in a long time? Would that be worth it? What if you shared what you were doing with a friend who was a diabetic, or who was feeling depressed and you didn't even know it? Or someone that was praying every night for someone to just notice that they were suffering? And what if you were that person that asked how they were doing and listened? And what if you were that person that suggested you do a program together? And what if by doing that, you not only changed their life, you perhaps saved their life? Would that be worth it? What if you played a part in saving others' lives? What if you jumped all in with this opportunity and threw all your fears away and all your misconceptions, and you did whatever it took to succeed? You found the right resources you need. You learned how to use social media. You forgot about what people were thinking about you because you knew what you had is valuable. What if you did personal development every single day, relentlessly? What if you learned something new every day? What if you started dreaming big for your family, and you started planning vacations you were going to take? You drew out your home that you were going to live in, and you committed to stick with it for a year and not quit, because you started to desire greatness, because you knew what was possible. What if in 2 years you were making a 6-figure income by helping others get healthy? And what if you didn't even notice the paycheck because you were noticing the transformations that you were helping be a part of? Would that be worth it? So what's stopping you? If there's something that's in your life, if you're miserable, if you're unhappy, I was there. I spent 2 years feeling terrible and scared of change. So I just want to kind of leave the whole coaching opportunity thing there for just to let you guys think about, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. You can transform your own life and keep it to yourself and enjoy a discount, or almost inevitably you will have to share it. You won't be able to not share it, because people notice when you're healthier and happier and more engaged and out and about more. So that's my what ifs. That's my what if speech. The last thing we were going to talk about was the health bet. Is everyone involved in that? Everybody on a team for the health bet? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes. So we're all going to win a portion of this this huge amount of money. So I am running a challenge. I think Joy is running a challenge also. Jennifer, aren't you running one too? No?
I think I'm gonna hop on yours.
Okay. I have added you to mine. So I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be super fun. And I guess if they're we were just going to end talking about the health bet, depending on who jumped on tonight. But if
Yeah, I think we're all there, so we're good. Do you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to add that's on here with us? That anything we talked about?
Was this recorded?
yes,
Yes. I can barely hear you, Phoebe.
I can hear you.
It could be the water in my computer.
Oh,
I mean the call.
yeah, I saw that.
I have to order a new keyboard.
Yes, I recorded. I think I'm going to stop it. So everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.